For years, Katt Williams was the punchline. People called him bitter, jealous, just craving attention. But fast forward, now everyone's singing a very different tune.
Perry, Steve Harvey, Kevin Hart. So everybody that Katt sat right here and told you about, everything he was saying was on the up and up. No one's saying he's lying. I can't wait to see your next interviews with those people.
They ain't coming on now, Mo.
Back in January 2024, when Katt hit the Club Shay Shay stage, he went all in. Names were dropped, secrets hinted at, and some of Hollywood's biggest players were in the crosshairs. At first, people laughed. Social media memes exploded. Nobody took him seriously. Fast forward to 2026, and millions of pages of Jeffrey Epstein's government files are now public. Suddenly, those names, Katt whispered, not sounding so crazy anymore.
Because what I think it is that everybody just wants to see him take an L on this one. And I'm just trying to figure out why. Why does everyone have such a vested interest in seeing Katt Williams take the fall for this, or go down for this, or be responsible for this, or set it up, or done this, or done that? And the only thing that makes sense to me is oh, y'all want him to be bad because Diddy is still in jail. Rock Nation is looking really bad, and all you Shluminati people, you're all looking real bad right now. So y'all need the people that pointed it out to look even worse, don't you? That's what makes sense to me. That's what I see. And it's kind of disgusting because in my opinion, there's a lot of people that should be speaking up for Katt right now that's not. There's a lot of people on that tour that probably should have had something else to say other than what's being said.
Some folks are saying these files back up what Katt hinted at, and even some things he didn't. Rumors are swirling that the list could be even bigger than anyone imagined. And Katt, he's doubled down. No fear, no retreat. He's not going anywhere.
And nothing else really matters. That's what I do.
Is it easier to be quiet?
For who?
Anyone.
It's easy. It's easier for my enemies to be quiet. Where's my camera? Yeah. Just be quiet. Just shut up. And I'll pass right by. Yeah.
The conversation flipped. It's no longer, is Katt serious? Now it's, how did he know? And if even a fraction of what's unfolding in 2026 holds up, brace yourself. This year is going to be explosive. Back in November 2025, the game changed when Donald Trump signed the Epstein Files Transparency Act. Law forced the Doge to release everything from the Epstein federal investigation, one of the largest document dumps in US history. Big names popped up. Jay-Z, aka Sean Carter, a billionaire mogul, a cultural icon once thought untouchable. An FBI crisis intake form from 2019 details an anonymous woman claiming that in 1996 she was taken from her home, waking up in a room with Jay-Z and Harvey Weinstein. She said Weinstein assaulted her while Jay-Z watched. Sounds eerily similar to Katt's claims about how Diddy and Jay-Z allegedly ran their parties.
To the parking lot. And I would watch them all go up there. And, they would be thinking I'm coming later. I would just be on the car having a grand old time, smoking and laughing and watching everybody going. And so you can't tell me what goes on because 5 hours later, I'm still in the parking lot when they come down. And, just to see all them big time Hollywood men that I just watched go up there, they all come down off the shuttle and looking sad in the eyes, and all of them wearing Sean John and looking oily, and they all walk crazy like this, and their shoelaces were always untied. I don't know why. Their shoelaces were always untied. And then they would get in their car and they would drive off standing up. Big boy, with their head out there. All of them. And I couldn't believe it. But one of the highlights of my Hollywood career, but you can't tell me, because I was there to see on both ends.
Hey man, you know what's wild out there? I'm wondering how many people could see, oh man, these are jokes.
none of the people that was on the shuttle.
Right.
And they the only ones I care about.
The same accuser named Pusha T as someone who supposedly built fake friendships to lure women into vulnerable situations. Old interviews show how tense rooms got whenever Jay's name came up. Conversations would immediately shut down. Don't go there. Move on. The energy shifted like he was the industry boogeyman. Jaguar Wright even claimed that both Jay and Diddy had massive backers protecting them.
Adjacent to, or, traveling in the same circles as the person that's been selected to be this icon. Because let's just be very clear. He was selected, just like Diddy was selected. Question is by who? Now, for many years, I minded my business about a lot of things, but a lot of things came to me. I heard a lot of things. You gotta remember, this was back when I was still trying to be amicable with the industry so that I could have my career, so that I could have my life, right? Everything that I worked for, everything that I sacrificed. Up until, what? 2016, 2017, I was still ignoring a lot of things. A lot of things. It wasn't until I couldn't ignore it anymore because I realized this ain't going nowhere. And then when I started seeing exactly how dangerous things had become, it was very simple. It's either you're gonna speak up or they're gonna keep getting away with it, or you're gonna get handled up on regardless because you're not playing along the way you should be playing along. Like that's how this works. Like the people that get rewarded are the people that keep the secrets, the people that are quiet, and the people that lie for them. The people who get a pass are the people who pretend like they don't know what's going on. And then the people that speak up are the people that, get persecuted, get framed, get trashed, are forced to go broke, that kind of. So, yeah, I cannot say that it was an over.
Then people dug up old party footage, photos of Jay-Z and Weinstein together, including Diddy's birthday bashes. And yes, Weinstein is now behind bars after his conviction. They were always close, always seen together.
In your thoughts on Donald Trump and what it means for what it means for mass incarceration.
You know what? This is a labor of love for Jay, and as a result, he's my friend. We're here to talk about that and nothing else.
Well, then can I ask you about mass incarceration? And do you think
all these pieces started connecting, linking past allegations to a very uncomfortable conclusion?
In his situation, as far as the early Jay-Z, you see him with Aaliyah Young, of course, goes to Dame Dash next. You see him with Foxy Brown. You see the maturation of Beyonce and him getting with Beyonce. You see Rihanna at a young age. Is it more so, and you were young as a singer, is it more so that, when you're in this industry, men are going to most likely talk and date their peers? And it's just that technically all the new rising stars at that time
are babies.
Were just young women, just young kids.
Babies. Being ran around by grown men.
There was a video of Rihanna winning an award, and she was thanking her parents. And Jay-Z, he stepped in and said, "Nah, she means to thank me." And he was being very overly aggressive. And you look at Rihanna's age at that time. You look at him. How much does power and influence, even for you, you were backstage, saw him cry, unplugged. How much does power and influence come to those?
I was also a grown woman and I was pregnant and married. She was a kid. She was a kid. Yeah, I remember that. No, you need to thank me. That's kind of ballsy, isn't it?
When you look back at it, it's if hypothetically, Jay-Z leaves the country right now, he goes Russell Simmons.
He could. He could do that.
He's a quiet man regardless, so it doesn't quite matter if he's...
And then there's Kanye West. Back in 2018, he called out Jay, Z, and Pusha T, saying they were liars who'd never speak the truth. At the time, dismissed as wild rants. Today, those clips feel different.
People like Jay-Z and Pusha T, they made their living our people, so how the they gonna stand up for our people? You know what I'm saying? But we forget that because we love Jay-Z's music so much. We love Pusha's music so much, right? But you think they would ever, Beyonce had the best fit for somebody else? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You think they would ever tell the truth? No, if they told the truth, they didn't go to jail. You know what I'm saying? So you have liars. Man. Liars are now the face of our culture.
And things go even further. Online commentators are now claiming it's not just Jay. Z Beyonce is being tied to Epstein's island too. Anti-Epstein to D.
Sealed Epstein files have just dropped a bombshell that ties Jay-Z and Beyonce directly to Jeffrey Epstein's darkest secrets. These two are named in survivor testimony for taking part in horrifying human hunts deep in Africa's remote forests. So picture this: vulnerable young'uns released into the wilderness, then chased down with weapons, snarling packs of dogs, and even helicopters overhead. Survivors say Jay-Z and Beyonce weren't just watching, they were boots on the ground in Nigeria at least 3 times, laughing as they directed the chaos and even stepping in to finish off cornered victims in what witnesses call ritualized brutal slayings. There's talk of skin being taken as trophies. Nigerian police built a solid case from survivor accounts, but then high-level embassy contacts out of Washington shut it all down. Officers got transferred or pushed into early retirement, but one brave voice is still speaking out, risking his life.
Officially, there's no paper trail tying Beyonce to Epstein, but in today's world, whispers spread like wildfire. Some people think silence speaks volumes, even if legally it's not proof of guilt. Then there's Richard Branson. His name pops up multiple times in the files. One 2013 email shows Epstein thanking Branson for his hospitality and PR advice.
Found in the Epstein files where he tells Jeffrey to bring along his hair. Now guys, his team says that he never would have said that if he fully understood the context in which he was talking to Jeffrey Epstein about all of this. Except I'm pretty sure he understood the context because these emails were from 2013 and Jeffrey Epstein had already been convicted in 2008. And Branson is trying to email him a PR memo on how he can spin his 2008 conviction. So I'm pretty sure he was aware. Advises Jeff to see if he can get Bill Gates to say that he mentored him, and advises Epstein to say that he just slipped up after sleeping with a 17-and-a-half-year-old woman because the and a half makes a difference. And he's been punished for it and he's learned his lesson, obviously. Jeffrey responds thanking him for his PR advice. There are other emails from Richard Branson to Jeffrey Epstein like this one where he asked him to bring his 2 Russian girls along, but I digress. He also has a history of harassing women, but don't worry guys, he doesn't remember the harassment. But I think his interview with Conan shows exactly how he felt he could treat women. Now, I can't show this entire interview. It's over 10 minutes long, and some of the things he says in it, you can't show on this app.
What's his name? Where does he live? Does this work for you? Does this work for you wherever you go? Only a billionaire could walk in the room, grab Salma Hayek, and throw him out the lab. She got you to take your clothes off, so I thought, you know. Everyone gets their own television set, is that right? Yes.
Your job, if this movie doesn't do well, please go see it. It's wonderful.
Isn't she lovely?
Yes, very nice.
I
hate your life, by the way.
You've got $1 billion. Why do you also have to have Salma Hayek massaging you, pal? How can you go further with the airlines?
We like to make it fun. We're going to turn the Mile High Club into a legitimate thing, and we're going to put double beds on the planes. It's going to be an all-night affair for people like Salma and her English boyfriend.
You touch her one more time, I'll rip your head off, pal.
I've seen people say that Conan was serious about that, but the interview goes on. Richard Branson asks Salma Hayek what her first time was like. And Branson also discusses his modeling agency where he had Kate Moss sign up when she was a child, saying he wanted to keep in the theme of his company's name. So signing up young girls that were, I am appalled after seeing all of this today and how long it was allowed to go on when he acted this openly and brazenly in the public eye.
Branson later said Epstein's actions were wrong and that he backs justice for the victims. Next up, Sarah Ferguson, aka Fergie, Prince Andrew's ex-wife. She's in multiple emails, including when Epstein was under house arrest. One email from Epstein reads, "I think Fergie can now say, I am not a pedo." Another 2009 exchange requests a casual tea meeting with surprisingly warm language praising Epstein.
In your book, you devote some time to his ex-wife, Sarah Ferguson, and I just wonder whether she's in danger as a world-class grifter as well, because the emails of Jeffrey Epstein show her acting absolutely appallingly, and not just on the sensational stuff, you're helping to set up meetings between that pedophile and her own goddaughter, for heaven's sake, and also her own daughters, and telling Epstein of another woman that you may marry her too, she's single, she has a great body, okay, well marry me and then we'll employ her. But then again, there's the financial links, with one email from Epstein saying he'd supported her financially for 15 years, Andrew. What did she do for him in return?
Well, Sarah Ferguson gave Epstein the sort of entree into Andrew and into the royal family. But who knows? I mean, there's still a lot more to come out. But you're absolutely right. Sarah Ferguson is a material witness to the King, to what was going on in Epstein's home. She was often a regular visitor there, and she should certainly be testifying to the Senate. But there's also HMRC, Her Majesty's Revenue and Customs, should be looking at her. The Companies Act, I think she broke. The charitable laws, charitable things that she broke running her charities. So I think she's definitely worth investigation as well, and she should certainly be questioned about the misconduct in public office, as should his daughters, who accompanied him on many of these trips and used these trips to basically get contacts which they're now exploiting themselves.
Then there's Brett Ratner, a photo surfaced showing him at an event near Epstein. Ratner says it was 20 years ago with his then fiancée and insists he didn't have a personal relationship with Epstein. Now, the spotlight is everywhere. Tech billionaires, music moguls, supermodels, media executives, even presidents. Survivors have gone public, revealing vast networks of powerful men who are denying everything. One woman described her experience in Paris in 1991, scouted by Jean-Luc Brunel, taken to an apartment with young girls from Eastern Europe and Russia, and surrounded by old, rich men. She eventually escaped and only reported it decades later. She confirmed what many survivors have been saying for years. It wasn't just Epstein or Brunel or Ghislaine Maxwell. It was a whole network. Even Prince Andrew denies it, of course, and Trump denies it too, but survivors insist it was coordinated. Katt Williams' name keeps coming up here because he's been calling out the system for years. People sidelined by Hollywood and the industry know he exposed the movers and shakers and how they climbed the ladder. Orlando Brown even said Katt was right about Kevin Hart's sudden rise.
About what I've experienced, and what I've experienced is sitting in front of Katt Williams at his own house, $3 million mansion in Malibu. And this man told Tory Hart exactly what Kevin Hart did in order to be where he's at. Now, I don't know if it was Kevin that pissed him off. I don't know who it was that pissed him off. But I do understand that the comedy world is nothing to play with. And it's like, Kevin doesn't want to be a dinosaur. He's really a velociraptor. And some people are actually T-Rexes. And we have a system to break in this universe. Now, if I keep going with this posting that everyone's privy to, it's going to unlock certain systems in the universe that prove that dinosaurs are actually not extinct. That's what Katt knows. He knows the inner workings of how people turned into huge comedians. And I guess,
he says Kevin is an industry plant.
No, man. I mean, Kevin is a dinosaur, and I can't, I'm not gonna go back and forth with you. He's Frankie.
One source shared sitting in Katt Williams' $3 million Malibu mansion, where Katt detailed exactly what Kevin Hart allegedly did to reach the top. He didn't call names directly, but the message was clear: the comedy world is cutthroat. Katt's metaphors got wild. He compared comedians to dinosaurs, velociraptors, T-Rexes, and explained there's a system that decides who breaks in. He warned that eventually powerful people across Hollywood, politics, and business would face exposure. The big question now, who knew Epstein? Who will be investigated? Who will be charged? And who will walk away? Katt's perspective on the Illuminati pulling strings behind the scenes makes this all the more intriguing.
Everybody's buttoned down like that and wants to control the world. There's something involved that's outlandish that they keep a secret. That's always been the case with secret societies. I mean, that's the whole eyes wide shut thing, that there's some freak shit going on behind the scenes to anybody that really wants to control everything. You don't just want to control everything. You want to control everything so you can get away with some freak too.
Right, I'm saying, but these Epstein-like characters have existed throughout history. Whether they were kings or what, human beings are human beings universally. So everybody is a supplier. Epstein, Weinstein, like these guys knew what these extremists liked and provided it, and provided the way for you to to have $1 billion and not create a fantasy island type environment has not existed throughout history.
2026 isn't just about celebrities facing justice. It's about whether the system treats the powerful like everyone else or lets them slip through. The world is watching. What do you think happens next? Drop your thoughts in the comments below.